action.
You're about to see some classic association football matches from Scotland.
Alright lads, welcome back to another video. This one is going to be a new series on the channel called Combined 11, where I'm going to take one team from the Premiership at random, the Scottish Premiership. This is only going to be the Scottish leagues. So I'm going to take one team from the Scottish Premiership, and then I'm going to take one team at random from the bottom 3 leagues and decide a combined 11 between the two teams. And the challenge is each time that whatever team it is from the lower leagues, I have to fit a maximum of, let's say, 3 players into the combined 11 with the Premiership team. Obviously, the quality of players is likely to be higher in the Premiership team, so the challenge is to try and get a maximum of 3 players for the lower league team into the team for the Premiership. So, I hope you enjoy this new series, and let's get on with it. Enjoy the video. So, the concept is, I've got this thing here, which has every single badge from the Premiership teams, and every single badge from the bottom 3 leagues in Scotland. They're all numbered, of course, and that means that I can get to pick at random using Siri. Every single episode it will be completely random which team comes out. So I'm going to start off by doing it for the Premiership for this episode. Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 12.
It's 7.
Right, so number 7. So turn this round. Number 7 is this one, and that would be Hearts. So Hearts will be the Premiership team that we'll be doing the combined 11 with. And then we're going to do the exact same concept with the 30 teams, but asking Siri to pick a random number between 1 and 30 this time. Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 30.
The answer is 10.
Number 10. So, number 10 on this list is the last one on the first row. Falkirk. Now we're going to skip over to a different camera view to go through the combined 11. Right, so we're here with the combined 11, and this is going to be the kind of sheet that I put it down on. Of course it's a wee whiteboard, but this is where I'm going to put the lineup down. And just so you know, this was actually quite a hard gym to go by, because Hearts have a lot of good midfielders and attackers, kind of forward players like Stephen Naismith, Ollie Lee, Oliver Bozanic, players like that, Uche Piezu as well. And I did manage to fit 3 Falkirk players in, luckily enough, so let's see how you think I've done here. So in goals, I've got Hearts goalie Bobby Lamal. I really rate this guy. He's got fantastic sort of ability in terms of being able to stretch really far, because he is a gymnast, and that really helps obviously with his reach and stuff like that, and his ability to be able to pick out shots that you wouldn't normally expect goalies to do on a normal basis. So on that basis I've got Bobby Lamal in there. I don't really rate any of Falkirk's players, if I'm being honest, apart from maybe a couple, but I've managed to get the first Hearts player in there, of course, Bobby Lamal in goal. Next I'm going to go into the first Falkirk player that I managed to put in the side, and although he's known as a left back, I had to kind of shoehorn him in a bit, so I've put Paul Dixon in at right back. He's got a bit of experience, and back in his day he was a very good player. Obviously we're talking about the current players, and to be fair, I think he'd do alright in a kind of combined 11 with this side. And as I said, that bit of experience, any team can look to have a bit of experience, and I kind of need to try and fit in 3 Falkirk players here, so I've shoehorned him in at right back. Then up next we've got the 2 centre halves, and I couldn't look past Hearts players for this one. There was simply no reason not to, and I've put in John Souttar and Christoph Berra. There is literally no other pairing I could have put in for these two, so there you go, that's my centre half pairing, pretty solid. And then at left back I've went with another Hearts player, Ben Garuccio. I think I used to like Dimitri Mitchell, but I've kind of warmed a bit more to Ben Garuccio in recent weeks. Of course I don't know a hell of a lot about Hearts or Falkirk's abilities between the players, but of what I do know, this is the back 4, and including the goalkeeper as well, so back 5 that I've went with. And I think Ben Garuccio is maybe slightly the better left back than Dimitri Mitchell or someone like that, so let me know in the comments if I've got that one a wee bit wrong, but there you go, that's what I've picked. The formation I'm going with is a 4-2-2-2, so that means 2 DMs, 2 attacking mids and 2 strikers from now on. And the two DMs that I've went with are Arno Zoom, and then the second Falkirk player, Ian McShane. Arno Zoom is a very well known player at Hearts now. He's been there for a good couple of years now, and he's a sort of cult hero, I suppose. And I just think that he's a good option to really have in this midfield. He's one of those midfield options that I was really talking about, with the quality that Hearts have, and how I was finding it really hard to even think of reasons how I could put a Falkirk player in there. But I managed that with his midfield partner in Ian McShane. He won the league with St Mirren last year, the Scottish Championship, and he's came to Falkirk after leaving St Mirren, I think in January or in the summer last year, and he's done relatively well, and he's probably one of those midfield players that Falkirk really need at the moment, where they're needing a bit of grit in midfield, and Ian McShane certainly offers that, and I think he can offer that in this combined 11 as well. Next up is the two attacking mids, and I've went with two Hearts players here because I just simply couldn't find any Falkirk players that were of any better quality than these two. And if I'm going to be honest, the second choice, I was finding it a bit hard between two different Hearts players, but I've went with one. So the first one, I mean, obviously I'm going to have to put Steven Naismith on this side because he's probably going to be Hearts' best player at this point and going to be up there for Player of the Year for Hearts. And unluckily for Hearts, I think he might have played his last game this season for them because of a longer term injury, if I'm right. I think I seen that yesterday. So I think I had to put Steven Naismith on this side because I think he's one of the top goal scorers in the Premiership at least. Obviously he's not top, but he's definitely Hearts' top goal scorer as well, so he had to get in this side, and I think in that sort of attacking mid playmaker role it'd suit that really well. And then, as I said, I had a bit of trouble picking between two different Hearts players for this other attacking mid role, but I went with Oliver Brzanic just over Ollie Lee, and I think I just went with that just based off the fact that I've seen Oliver Brzanic more recently and he has played relatively well for Hearts. I like the ability that Ollie Lee has where he can have long shots and get it on target quite a lot, and he is a good player in terms of a couple more goals maybe than Brzanic is, but I think in terms of balance here we've got two good creative players in the attacking mid positions, Naismith for a bit more experience and guile, and Brzanic for maybe a bit of a different type of creativity. And then up front I've went with the pairing of Zach Rudden, obviously on loan for Rangers at Falkirk. He's a goal scorer at Championship level, so I had to put him in, and Uche Ekpiezu of Hearts. I think that's a pretty potent front line. I think that if you put those two together, I mean, Rudden's got double figures in the Championship so far this season, and Ekpiezu, if he's not already got that in the Premiership, he's certainly heading for it, and you can see the impact that he has on the Hearts side when he's in it. And when they were missing him for a good chunk of the season after Kyle Lafferty departed, you could see the difference it made. So there's my front two, and there's my full combined 11. 3 different Falkirk players in it. I managed to stick to the guidelines, and no matter what, as soon as this series kind of kicks in, if I get a lower down team in the divisions, it might even be harder, or it will definitely be harder actually. So I've kind of maybe got a bit lucky with the first episode with it being a Championship team, and they do still have some really good players at their disposal, but I've managed to fit the 3 players in there, and I think it's a good solid 11. So there it is, your Hearts and Falkirk combined 11, and let me know what yours would be in the kind of comments below. Maybe you don't want to go and Google it all and go right through it, but let me know what you think of mine at least, because I think this is quite an interesting series where it's obviously just my opinion on what I think players could fit into different situations and positions in the team and stuff like that, and what Falkirk players could have fitted into the Hearts 11. So let me know what you thought in the comments below, and that's it for this video. So like the video if you enjoyed it. As I said, comment below what your team would have been, and subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, which will be Friday's video, looking forward to the weekend's games, I'll see you then. Cheers guys.